Guys, the Chicken's here. We are live, and we're going to be going over this Brawl Stars update that has been confirmed that it is coming. We'll speculate a little bit on what else is to come, and let's just go ahead and dive right on into it, guys. So, this update, so far what we know... Oh, Eddie, man. Bad timing. So far what we know is that we're getting some balance changes, so let's go over those real quickly here. Okay, so balance changes are inbound. There's actually some pretty intense ones here, guys, so check this out. So, Brawler balance. Nita, increased star power healing from 300 to 500. Brock, increased star power damage per second from 240 to 300. So, the Nita one is pretty huge. I believe there's actually a change to her bear as well. Maybe they took that out, but, so, Nita's star power, obviously, is that, she heals whenever the bear does damage. So Nita recovers 300 health whenever a bear hits an enemy. When Nita deals damage, her bear regains 300 health. So it's going to make the bear and Nita just that much more stronger. And she's going to be that much more of a threat to deal with. So let's get back in these balance changes here. Brock increased star power damage per second from 240 to 300. So that's just the flame that he makes when he shoots. Not huge, but I mean, you know, bit of a little tiny buff. Bo, decreased star power visibility range from 6 tiles to 4 tiles. Increased main attack damage from 420 to 480. So they're trying to make Bo not just the bush guy, not just the guy that you use when you're playing Safari Plains or whatever that map is called in Bounty, where he can just, you know, light up the whole bushes for your team. They want to turn him into a bit of a, you know, a brawler that can be used in all the game modes. So 420 to 480. We'll see if that makes a difference. That does seem pretty significant. So we'll see how that goes. El Primo, increased star power damage from 600 to 800. That's great. That's his, you know, that's the flame that he shoots out when he does his, when he does his big El Primo body slam. So that'll be interesting to see. Now, Barley. Barley looks, I don't know why they decided to buff Barley so much. But, I mean, the guy was already scary in most showdowns and in Heist and things like that. So check this out. Increased star power healing from 200 to 300. So he's going to heal even more just on his general shots that he shoots. He does, you know, the damage that he does to everybody else, he's going to heal from it even more. Increased main attack damage per second from 600 to 640. So he's going to do even more damage. Increased super damage per second from 480 to 640. So think about that. When he gets a super on the safe and Heist, that's like 30-40% damage, something like that. Like, that's insane. When throwing the super close to Barley, the spread of the bottles is now much larger. Also, the damage from the super's different bottles do not stack anymore. Also, the damage from the super's different bottles do not stack anymore. Oh, maybe they thought about what the chicken just said there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play around with that a bit because I'm not really, I don't fully understand that. Poco increased star power healing from 400 to 500. Poco's gonna, you know, he's gonna be that much better of a healer. Daryl increased star power shield protection from 30% to 40%. Increased main attack damage per shell from 260 to 280. Now, the Daryl meta is you know, it's coming along. After he had a pretty significant change right before the global update with his super and how that worked. Instead of bouncing all over the screen, it's kind of like you use him as like use him as like a I don't know, like a stealth ninja kind of way, like where you just kind of, you run in on somebody real quick and then you kill them, then you move off and you're not kind of poking and prodding, you're hiding in the bushes a little bit more. It really changed a lot about how you use Daryl, and I feel like this is going to make him even more prominent using him that way. So yeah, that's good change for Daryl because he is kind of hard to use. So Terra increased star power pet damage from 200 to 400. Increased pet health from 2,000 to 2,400. Now, I'm not sure why they would do that, because I'm pretty sure most people, unless you're Bull or Shelly, right up close, two-shot Shadow Terra. So, I'm increasing her 400 health. I don't think that's going to change. I think everyone's still going to two-shot her for the most part. So, I don't really understand that. I do think that Shadow Terra needs a little bit more health and maybe a little bit less damage. But this will be interesting to see. I mean, it's hard to say just looking at it outright, right? Like, we gotta actually wait till we, like, play the brawlers that are changed. Now, here's the Leon nerf. Again, the second nerf they brought to Leon since introducing him into the game. Decreased super invisibility from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. Decreased main attack damage from 500 to 460 only at close range. So he's still gonna do a ton of damage. at mid-range if you're good at aiming him. I don't know why. Okay, so here's my take on Leon. All they needed to do with Leon, right from the get-go, was just dial the damage back a little bit. It was really cool how his super worked. I liked that he was invisible. I liked that he could sneak up on people. I liked that it was, you know, it could be... it was just so different. It was just cool. And now it's like, okay, his super invisibility time from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, and the fact that the last nerf means that you can see him when he's within 4 tiles, you know, it kind of makes his super stupid. And to decrease his main attack damage from 500 to 460, he's still doing a lot of damage. He's still doing a lot of damage right at close range, too. He's still probably gonna two-shot, you know, he's gonna two-shot all the squishy brawlers. And, you know, he's still going to be doing a ton of damage. So, I don't know. What I would like them to do, get rid of the... Let him stay invisible. Get rid of the 4-tile, you know, pop-up thing that lights up above his head and shows you where he is. Get rid of that. Bring the super down to 6 or 7 seconds. And dial the damage back a bit. I think that's all that really needs to be done. But what is the chicken, though? Mortis. Increased main attack and super damage from 8... Oh, yeah, Mortis is getting a huge buff here, guys. So, Mortis increased main attack and super damage from 800 to 900. Star power no longer leaves a green skull. Instead, when Mortis defeats a brawler, he instantly gains 1800 health. That's huge. That's huge, man. So, Mortis is now going to be viable in more things than just mid-level Brawl Ball. I know at the high level, they don't really play Mortis in Brawl Ball because Leon and Pam are such good counters to him, but... you know, for the general population to play the game, Mortis is pretty dominant in Brawl Ball. And he was kind of like Bo in that sense, where people would just use him in like a few specific game modes, and he was really, really good at them, but kind of sucked at everything else. Now, well, the thing with this is they didn't really change him; they just buffed him. So he's still going to be very good at Brawl Ball, and he's also going to be more viable in the other game modes now. So I feel like after this for a bit, they're probably going to have to dial him back a little bit. 1800 health is a lot to gain after he just kills somebody, but at the same time, if he's running into a big scrum, he doesn't have a ton of base health to begin with, so he's still going to have trouble with Shellys and Primos and Bulls and Colts and things like that. The more like common use brawlers that do a lot of damage. So Frank is next. Frank's star power no longer leaves a purple skull. Instead, when Frank defeats a brawler, he instantly gains a buff that increases the damage. His damage by 40% for 10 seconds. So similar to Mortis's. So it used to, I believe his buff used to be 30% when he picked up the skull. 40%, that's pretty significant. So we'll see if that actually makes a change where he's able to one-shot instead of just taking 2 shots on everybody. Rico increased main attack damage from 280 to 300. Now, that's pretty significant because Ricochet's damage stacks, right? Just in how you use him, because he gets a damage buff per shot on the Ricochets if you have his star power, and, you know, he's shooting a lot of shots out of one. What I would like to see with Ricochet is just his range increased. I'd even take a little dial back on the damage, and I'd like a longer shot and his range increased like he used to be. Ricochet used to be the most fun brawler to play. For the chicken, anyways, of Brawl Stars. You could rack up so much damage if you were able to line up a shot. He was kind of like how Colt worked, but with, you know, with Ricochet bullets. Alright, so what else we got here? Game mode balance. Brawl Ball. Pretty huge changes to Brawl Ball. Brawlers now spawn inside the goal. So you can't just run behind your net and kick the ball back and forth after you score, which is annoying, and people would do it. Kicking the ball without super now consumes ammo. No more space behind the goal. So, this is a big nerf to Mortis. Mortis can no longer juggle. Or dribble. Kicking the ball without super now consumes ammo. So you can't just keep kicking in front of you and catching up to it. No more space behind the goal. So yeah, you can't just pass it back and forth behind the net once you get up 1, which is good. Showdown. Player names are now empty instead of 3 question marks at over 300 trophies matchmaking score. Poison doesn't deal damage instantly when it spawns or grows. What? Poison doesn't deal damage instantly when it spawns or grows. What? Crows poison? What are you talking about? Guys, let me know what that means down below in the comments. Bounty. Game mode length reduced from 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That's probably good. Bounty was a little bit too long. I actually really like that. Makes it easier to push trophies and stuff too. Raid boss now shows when the next boss rage stage is triggered. Added 1 more rage stage. show in-game difficulty when you are playing. All modes. Green bushes no longer go back after 35 seconds. A lot of people were upset about that. Personally, I don't care. It's not a huge change. Some people say, it takes away a little bit of the camping strategies and stuff. Whatever. Go find another bush to hide in. There we go, guys. That is the balance changes. Now, Lex posted a community roundtable video where they supposedly leaked a new brawler that's going to come with this balance change update. So I feel like every balance change they're going to do, they're probably going to introduce a new brawler. That would only make sense. There were some pictures of him on Reddit. It was like a lamp or something hilarious. But yeah, let's get into... What do we want to get into today, guys? Let's get into some... Island Invasion could be fun. Let's do some Island Invasion with Bo before they nerf him. Before they nerf his bush ability. Yeah, we'll try this. Bo, not typically someone you use in Showdown, but he works really well in the bushes, obviously, for right now. But he's not going to be like that for much longer, guys. Okay. Let's get into it. 1, 2. Oh, wow. He needs 4 shots to take that down. Yeah, I feel like a damage buff to Bo is exactly what he needs. Because, he's not that bad. Oh, God, dude. He's not that bad. Dies instantly. Jeez, man. Yeah, I think what would be worth having with Bo, which would make him more viable for people just starting the game and stuff. Have his shots do significant amounts of splash damage, because then you don't have to be so accurate with him, right? You can just kind of shoot in a direction towards somebody, and you'll be okay. Okay, let's go like this. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Good meteor. Yeah. Problem with Bo is just going one-on-one with anybody. There's a Shelly or Primo below us. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. No! I didn't think he was going to go that far. Alright, guys, that's all I got for today. Let me know what you think of these balance changes down below in that comment section. We got 1 trophy back with Bo, so I don't know. Maybe we should stick with Shelly for now. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm still trying to get everyone up to 400 before before I seriously start pushing individual brawlers again. Let's go ahead and grab these tickets for 39 gems. Grab some free coins. Man, look at all the stuff I got. I got 540 tickets and almost 30k coins and 500 gems. That's crazy. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out.